video, I'm going to show you how to create a 2025 digital planner that looks like this, that has the hyperlink tabs, that works whenever you click it. You can use it right inside of GoodNotes. So follow along and hopefully you can make your 2025 digital planner today. The first thing that you want to do is you want to go over to Canva and you are going to click on Presentation. Now, we are going to use presentation just because the size is just right. It's not a presentation that we are creating, but we're using presentation just for the size. Okay, so the first thing that you will do is you're going to go to Elements and you're going to type in Notebook Binder. I'm going to click on See All so that I can see all of these different options. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to select this gold looking binder. Now what I want to do is I do want to stretch this a little longer. I'll take it to where the height is at about 972. And then I want to make sure it's perfectly centered on the page, in the center and in the middle. So that's the first thing that you're going to do. Next, I want you to go over and open up another window and go to Canva. And I want to search for 2025 calendar. We're going to click on Canva template so that it brings up the 2025 calendar Canva templates. Okay, so you see all of these here. I'm going to choose this one. It's cream and black classic vintage. So I'm going to click on customize this template. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to go and select everything that is on this page for January, just like this. And then I'm going to click on these three dots and hit copy. I'm going to go back over to the page where I have this binder. I'm going to click on this page and I'm going to click paste. So on a Mac, I click on Command V. All right, so I'm going to paste that and now I'm going to center this. This works for me. Well, let me make sure it's okay, centered, looking on the page. And now I'm going to click and you see everything is there. So you can kind of get a close-up there and that's what you should see. Next, I want to go back over to Canva and I want to type in daily planner. And I'm going to choose one of these daily planners. Or no, sorry, not daily planner. We're going to type in weekly planner. Okay, so the weekly planner that I'm going to choose is this one that says Beige Minimalist Weekly Planner. And I'm going to click on Customize this template. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take all of this that is on this page and select it. And I'm going to copy it. Go back over to my design and I'm going to paste this. Now I'm going to move all of this over to the other side. Get it centered. That looks good to me. Now what I want to do is I want to come in and I want to check the font of January. I see that it's Frenchy Sage. So weekly planner, I want to change this to Frenchy Sage also. Okay, so I've changed that and it looks good to me. So next step. January has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. So this means that I want 5 weekly planner pages for the month of January. So the way that I'm going to make this happen is I'm going to go in and I'm going to duplicate this page. Now let's go to page 2. I'm going to go ahead and select this calendar over here because we don't need 2 January calendars. I'm going to delete all of that. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of this here. I'm going to duplicate it and I'm going to move this to the other side. And I'm going to center it, make sure it's lined up correctly. Okay, that looks good to me. All right, so now if you look, I have the January calendar. I have 1 weekly planner page, 2 3 weekly planner pages. I need 5 total. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to duplicate this page. So now you have the 5 weeks. You have week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So now the next thing we need to do is we need to go on and do the rest of the months. Okay. So we're going to move on to February. Okay. So duplicate page 3. We're going to take everything off of this side. We're going to go over to February. We already did January. Let's go to February. Select everything and copy. And let's go back over and we're going to paste it. And you can kind of eye it to make sure it's in the right place. As you know, January is. One thing you want to do is kind of make sure it's centered on the page. Another thing that we can do is add some guides. So let's go back over to January and let's go to File and we're going to go to add our show rulers and guides. And I want to add one over here and then add one here. This way we know that this 01, 02 needs to be lined up right in this corner. So let's go to February. So we see it's off. Let's select everything over here and line up the 02 to where it's right in the corner. So that should help you with lining things up. Okay. So for February, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. So again, we need 5 weeks. So we have 1 week here. If you go to page 3, you can actually duplicate this page. Duplicate that. Move it behind page 5. So you have week 1, 2, 3. And let's duplicate this one more time. And then we'll have our 5 weeks. So now you have January, you have February, and you have followed by the 5 weeks. So now we're going to go through and do this for each month. I'm not going to talk through this whole thing. I'm just going to let you watch me, and I'm going to speed this up so that it's not super boring. Okay, so again, I'm lining up the 03 right in that corner. Now, one thing to look at for March has 6 weeks, I believe. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. Okay, these little slashes indicates that's going into like a new week. So we need to do 6 weekly planner pages here. Okay, so be sure that you make note of that. Always, check to make sure you look at the number of weeks so that you can put in the correct weekly planner pages. So we already have 1. And we need to add 5 more. since there are 6 weeks for March, April is going to fall on the right side of the planner. I can close this out. Okay, so I'm going to go to April. So in case we have any more months falling on the right side, I'm going to go ahead and add another guide so that I can line up the 04 with this corner. Okay, so once we are done adding all of our pages, you should have 38 pages. Okay, we are going to go in and we are now going to, actually, let's go in and let's organize our pages. So we're going to name our pages. This is going to help us when we have to hyperlink. Okay, so I'm going to go in and where you see the January calendar for page 1, I'm going to type JAN for January. For February, page 4, I'm going to type FEB for February. Then I'm going to go to March, page 7, type in MAR. Then for April, page 10, APR. May, page 13, I'm going to type in MAY. And I'm just going through each month and labeling it so it makes it easy for us when we have to hyperlink. So I'm at June, go to July, page 29 for October. For November, page 32. And then for page 35, it's December. Okay, so now I have everything labeled like I want it to be labeled. And now let's go back to page 1. And I want to go over to Elements and type in Tab. And this one that comes up here, this is the one I'm going to choose. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn it to where it's 90 degrees. Okay, I'm going to move it over here and I'm going to change the color to a color that I want. Okay, so now I'm going to take it and I'm going to make this, I would say, let's try 84 in width, 29 in height. Okay, so that's the size. Now I'm going to put it right over here on the side, and now I'm going to duplicate this 11 more times. So I'm going to duplicate it and line it up like so. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to keep duplicating. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 1, 2, let's see how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I need one more for 12. So these are the tabs that are going to lead to the months, okay? So I've made the 12 tabs. Now I need to grab all of them and I want to move them up a little, okay? About right there. So I'm going to take these for a moment and I'm going to group them, and then I'm going to click on these 3 dots and I want to align them to the middle of the page. Okay, now I need to ungroup these so that I can add the links to them. Before we add the links, actually, we're going to go ahead and add in each month. So I'm just going to add in some text. So I'm going to click on text, click on title, added that to the page. Going a little closer so you can see. And I'm just going to type in January. So Jan. I want all of this to be in caps. Okay, I'm going to make it a little smaller, but then I need to turn this to 90 degrees. And I'm going to just place it right over the first tab for January. Just like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch this out some. I'm going to go over to January and I'm going to duplicate it 11 times so that I can put in each month. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then of course I'm going to go through and change each of these to the correct month. So this is February, March, Okay, so now they are all labeled correctly. Now the next thing I'm going to do is go in and add the hyperlinks. So I'm going to click on January, click on the 3 dots, and you want to click on link. And then you're going to go down, pages in this document. You're going to link January to January. So we labeled it so it's easy for us to find it. So January needs to be linked to page 1 January. So click on that and hit done. I'm going to remove the underline because I don't want to underline on there. So that's linked. So next you want to actually click on the tab itself and you want to link that to January as well. So you're going to click on the 3 dots, go to link. I'm going to go down to January and hit done. Okay, so your first tab is done. Now you go to February and you're going to do the same thing. Link, go down to page 4, done. I'm going to click on this to remove the underline, and I'm going to click on the tab and do the same thing. So you're going to watch me do this for each tab. Okay, I'm not going to talk through all of this. You can just watch me do it. So March, click on it, go to link, go down, and go to March. Remove the underline. Now click on the actual tab behind it, go to link, okay, so now that the last link is done, we are going to go and we're going to select all of the tabs and all of the labels and group them. And what we want to do now is, before we add these tabs to any of the other pages, it's very important that you save this and test out the links to make sure they're going to the right place. So I'm going to click on Share, Download, PDF Standard, Download, and we're going to download this and make sure that our tabs are going to the right place, and I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so now I'm going to open up the planner that we just downloaded, and this is just to check the link. So I have it open. When I click on January, it should just stay because that's the January page. When I go to February, it should go to February. That's good. Okay. Okay, let me make this smaller so that you can see it. Okay, so I'm just testing the links before I add them to the other pages. So March goes to March. Good. April goes to April. That's good. Okay. May goes to the right place. June goes to the right place. July goes to the right place. August, that's right. September, that's correct. October is right. November is right. And now December is good. Okay, so now that we have checked all of the links, we can confidently add these links to the other pages. This is tedious, so I would hate for you to copy and paste all these links to the other pages and then the links not be right. Okay, so the last portion here is we're going to add these links to all of the other pages. So we've already grouped this, so just click on it and you're going to copy. So I'm just going to do Command C. I'm on a Mac, and then I'll go to page 2, click on the page, and then paste. Okay, so now you'll go to page 3, and you're going to do the same thing. Okay, so page 5 now. Okay, yeah. And you're going to go through all 38 pages and make sure that they have this these tabs on them. Okay, so just going to go right through it. So that error message can be really frustrating when you've gotten so far on a project. This did not happen before, but for some reason it's happening now. So one way that I'm going to go in and try to fix this is basically there are too many elements within this document and Canva cannot save it. So one thing that I feel that can be removed from this document is this little notes section. So you see where it has the grid. This is made up of a lot of different little squares. So I'm going to delete this on all of my pages and see if this will correct the issue and allow me to continue adding my tabs. So I'm going to go through each page and just make sure that little notes section is deleted and left blank. That way we will have more space to add in the tabs. So I'm going to speed the video up. You'll see I'm just going through and deleting these things. So this was not supposed to be a portion of the video, but we ran into this issue and I have to correct it versus having to throw this whole video away and not use it. So I'm just showing you if things like this come up in your creative process, this is a solution, hopefully. We will see. And you see this is where I had to stop adding my tabs. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off these last few pages and hopefully it will let me add the tabs to the last pages so that we can save this and use this as a digital planner. Okay, so now let me get back to the page that I left off, which was page 32. And let me get this and copy it. Okay guys, that did solve the problem, thankfully. So let me make sure I deleted all of the notes sections. Awesome, so we are good to go. So now what you do, I'm gonna go ahead and save this as 2025 digital planner. You can save it as whatever you'd like to save it as. Okay, and I'm going to click share, download this. You want to download this as a PDF standard. Just click download. And now we will be able to upload this to GoodNotes and use it as a 2025 digital planner. So I hope you was able to follow along with this. Definitely go for it and try it yourself. I do have a digital planner course that goes more in depth on creating digital planners. I have some templates that you can use. I have a 2025 digital planner that allows you to create a planner for 2025, and it has a bunch of fun different things there. So definitely check that out. Thanks for watching, guys. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel if you're finding value and check out some of my other videos.